trouble. That's how it goes.
People always
Doubt
talk.
that's ever likely to
A
change.
došli jsem dokonce, že jsme ve čtvrté kapitole.
Hang on. Better not go
Rely
rushing
on
into
somebody
anything.
and you're in trouble.
No,
That's how it goes.
ta šestá je jenom na
I better keep out
There
of it.
must be something about that story after all.
That wasn't very clever. Well, there was a
People
time when
always
things
talk.
would have gone very differently.
A jdeme to. Úkoly máme. Pomoc mágům ohně. Dobře. Máme tady ještě.
People always talk.
Starého tábora.
I'm not listening to all the blabbering anymore.
You're probably right.
Tady se budou hodit.
I better keep out of it.
Máme dost velkou
I
úroveň
better
a
keep out of
úroveň,
it.
takže
I thought that had been cleared up ages ago.
novou zbroj. Minulé epizody. Takže my jdeme tedy do nového tábora.
There was a time when things would have gone
A
very...
tam zjistíte pár věcí. No.
Rely on somebody, you're in trouble. That's how it goes.
You shouldn't believe him.
Na další úroveň nám zbývá no, já si myslím, že v této části hry už je to až tak nepodstatné. Já si hlavně musím sehnat někde drtič kamene. Ale nevím kde. Protože se nám bude hodit. Majdane, to obchodovat nemůžu. A tady už stojí. Tam stojí strážce už. No s ním pokecáme pak. Možná. Ale co se zmínil? A půjdeme tady tudy. Tyho stráže venku, jak vidíte. A tady stojí Milton. Miltone.
They are all dead, dead. I couldn't help them. I was not there.
Calm down, Milton. What happened?
They killed the magicians of fire, all of them apart from me, and I was close to death as well.
You'd better tell me the whole story from the beginning. One thing after the other.
Okay, keep cool, Milton, keep cool. It all started with the old mine caving in.
The old mine caved in?
Yes, it all happened very fast. Nobody in the mine made it out. The guards blocked the entrance to the mine.
Tak vidíte, tady máte, co se stalo. A my jsme byli s... No to zjistíte taky.
I met Gorn.
Really? Where?
By the old ruined monastery by the sea. The two of us searched it for treasures.
I'm sure he'll tell me all about it when we meet again.
Lester and I took out the mountain fort.
He told me about it. Apparently, you can be trusted.
Where have the four of you been meeting so far?
Oh, here and there. We meet in a lot of different places.
How could the mine cave in?
I have no idea. Some of the diggers who were waiting in front of the entrance said something about a massive earthquake and a huge cloud of dust coming from the tunnel.
Were you there?
Yes, that's where I learned about the cave-in.
What was that you said about the magicians of fire?
I only know that they were killed by the ore barons shortly after the mine caved in. When I returned from our adventure under the Ring of Stone, the guards at the gate suddenly attacked me. They shouted words like traitor and collaborator at me. I had a very narrow escape.
Why would the ore barons want to kill the magicians? It doesn't make sense.
That's right. The guards just didn't give me any opportunity to ask. They drew their swords immediately. Perhaps Diego knows more. He was in the camp when things got worse.
You should hide, far away from here.
No. Diego and I agreed to keep an eye on the two gates and to warn our unsuspecting friends from the other camps. Please talk to Diego.
Where can I find Diego?
He's hiding on the other side of the old camp, near the back gate. Please talk to him. See you later.
Ještě se uvidíme mnou. Ještě jste sami. A my jsme ze starého tábora vyhoštění. Kdybychom si přidali ke starému táboru, tak vlastně společnost bychom neměli nic. Nebyli bychom stíní nebo stráže, ale byli bychom nic. No a pak bychom se mohli přidat k Saturasovi. Buď k Saturasovi, anebo k Dýmu.
Give it to him. Yes, he's still moving. Thanks for the ore, you.
To nevím, co to bylo tam. A tamhle stojí Diego.
Some people never.
Hey, shh, be quiet. Hello, Diego. I've already talked to Milton on the other side of the camp.
Okay, so you already know what happened. But did you also hear about the planned raid on the free mine?
No, svobodný důl.
A raid on the free mine?
That's a long story.
Já mám času dost, Diego.
How could the old mine cave in?
One of the diggers who survived it told us that they were digging, and they hit an underground river on the bottom level. When the water gushed into the mine, one of the supports broke, and the entire upper section collapsed. Only a handful of people managed to escape from the mine.
No.
Just tell me about it. It's not the first long story I've had to listen to.
Well then, luckily I was in the ore baron's house when they got the news that the mine had collapsed. Gomez was hopping mad when he heard about the accident, and he was afraid that his position could be at stake.
Of course. Who controls the ore controls the colony as well.
That's right. Since he has no source of income anymore, the goods from the outside world won't come in anymore either. Nobody will work for him if he doesn't get another source of income soon.
And that's the reason for the raid on the free mine?
To be honest, that's Gomez's only chance to maintain his power. 2 hours ago, 24 guards set out for the free mine.
That's mad. I need to warn the new camp.
Then you must hurry up. They'll have almost reached the free mine.
But they never get through the fortifications of the new camp.
They don't need to get through them. A few months ago, they found a path that leads over the mountains and right to the free mine, and nobody else knows about it.
No.
I've seen the guards in front of the locked gates.
Stay away from them. They'll attack anybody approaching the camp. They are afraid of somebody avenging the raid on the free mine.
But what happened to the fire mages?
Coristo and the other mages were the only people in the camp to remain rational. They forbade the raid and demanded a settlement with the 2 other camps.
They forbade Gomez to raid the free mine?
Well, yes. Coristo and the others shouldn't have been so self-confident. Gomez didn't trust them anymore and had them perfidiously assassinated.
What are you and Milton going to do now?
We'll stay here for a while to warn some more friends so they don't bump straight into the guards. But you could do us a favor.
Consider it done. Tell me what you want.
Look out for Lester and Gorn. They need to know what happened here. Tell them that the 4 of us will meet at the same place as always.
If I see them before you do, I'll warn them and send them to your meeting point.
Thanks, my friend. You really seem to be an all right guy. Go now. We'll meet again later.
Where do I find the...
Well, you're looking at one of them.
Take care.
Tak jo, no. Tak musíme... Tak musíme do nového tábora. A vidíte, že co nejrychleji... Tisíce.
I'm glad you returned. Something terrible has happened.
Let me guess, the free mine has been assaulted by the guards from the old camp. Nobody saw them coming?
Hang on. How? But of course. You found out about it in the old camp. Gorn arrived here just before you did. What could have caused Gomez to dare to take such an aggressive step? He should be aware that such a heinous act can only provoke war.
The old mine collapsed after water seeped in.
Collapsed? Of course. Then the whole thing makes sense. Gomez has his back to the wall. He's more dangerous than ever. Now that he doesn't have anything left to lose, he'll do anything.
Gomez has had all of the magicians of fire killed.
Had them killed? Why in Beliar's name would he do a thing like that?
They were against the attack on the free mine and opposed Gomez.
Then we're all doomed. Without the other 6 magicians, we'll never be able to control the concentrated power of the massive ore mound. But in spite of that, I thank you for passing this dangerous message on to me.
When you sent me to the Magicians of Fire, you mentioned there was somebody.
Well, I had hoped we could make it without his help, but the way things are developing...
Who is he?
All right. Many years ago.
Give me the shortened version, please.
Be patient. Well, when we, the 12 magicians, created the barrier back then, our magic powers were directed and controlled by a 13th magician.
A 13th magician? I thought there were only 12.
Most people who did not experience the early days of the colony believe that. This 13th magician was our leader. All this took place before we were divided into the circles of fire and water. But he left the old camp, which was once the only camp of the colony.
What is this 13th magician called?
His name is Zardes. Hardly anybody remembers the old stories about him. The ones who do just call him the necromancer.
Za ním se taky podíváme.
Why did he leave the old camp?
He started to investigate the invocation of undead and magical creatures. Gomez was not the only one who began to worry. Most of the other magicians opposed him as well, and his unholy deeds.
What happened then?
Unlike Gomez, he was no butcher, so he avoided the conflict and left.
Where is this magician today?
He lives in seclusion, in his tower in the middle of the Orc land. That's just about the southernmost point.
I'll make my way to Zardes and ask him for help.
He's the only one that can help us now. If he knows no way out or doesn't want to help us,
He will.
there is one other problem.
A problem?
Yes, over the years we've tried to get in touch with Zardes several times, but it looks like he prefers to remain undisturbed.
What does that mean?
None of the messengers ever returned from his tower. You'll have to find a way to get past his creatures.
Looks like this is going to be interesting. How will I get past his creatures?
If I knew that, I would tell you. I'd advise you to do some research in our library. Maybe you'll find something in the old books about the strengths and weaknesses of magically invoked creatures.
I'll rummage through the library, and don't worry, I'll be back.
A je to tady.
Nefarious said I was ready to wear the robe of a magician of water.
Then I welcome you to our community.
Does that mean that I now belong to the Guild of the Magicians of Water?
Not yet. First you need to take the oath of water.
Tak.
I'm ready to take the oath.
Now speak the words of the oath. I swear by the might of the gods,
I swear by the might of the gods,
and by the power of the holy water,
and by the power of the holy water,
that my knowledge and my deeds from now on and forever shall be one with the water.
that my knowledge and my deeds from now on and forever shall be one with the water,
Until my body shall return to the realm of Beliar, and the source of my life shall dry out.
until my body shall return to the realm of Beliar, and the source of my life shall dry out.
Wear this robe as a sign of your bond with the holy water and with Adanos. For the honor of magic,
Can you instruct me?
there's much you need to learn. I shall teach you as soon as you're ready.
I am ready to enter the first circle.
To enter the first of the magic circles means learning to use magic runes. Each rune contains the structure of a special magic spell. By using your own magic powers, you'll be able to cast the magic of the rune. But in contrast to the magic scrolls, which are magic formulas as well, the magic power of the rune ensures that the structure of the spell endures. Every rune is a source of magic power which you can fall back on any time. Your own magic power is used up when you use a rune, just as with a spell scroll. With every circle you enter, you learn to use further runes as well. Use the power of the runes to recognize yourself.
I am ready to enter the second circle.
You have learned to understand the runes. Now it is time to deepen this understanding. When you join the second circle, you will learn the foundations of stronger battle spells, and above all, the secret of healing. But you need to learn much if you want to recognize the true secrets of magic. You know that you can use every rune as often as you like, until you've used up all your own powers. But before you act, think about the point of your actions. You have obtained powers with which you may easily conjure up death and destruction. But a true magician only uses magic when it's necessary. Understand the situation, then you'll recognize the power of the runes.
Could you teach me the third circle?
The third circle of magic is one of the most important steps in the life of a magician. Once you've reached it, you cease to be a seeker. You have already come far on the path of magic. You've learned to use the runes. This knowledge is the foundation for your further path. Use the runes with deliberation. You may use a rune or not, but you must decide on one of these possibilities. Do not hesitate to use your powers as soon as you've made your choice. Understand your path, then you'll recognize the power of the decision.
Já si myslím, že už mě nenaučí čtvrtý.
I am ready to enter the fourth circle.
You have completed the first 3 circles. Now is the time for you to learn the secrets of magic. The magic of the runes is based on the stone. They are magic stones, created out of magic ore. It is the same ore which is collected in the mines. This ore is endowed with magic formulas in the temples. There the runes are converted to the instruments of our power. With the runes you control now, you have the entire knowledge of the temples of the realm at your fingertips. Understand the magic, then you'll discover the secret of power.
I am ready to enter the fifth circle.
So be it. I shall teach you the power of the 5th circle. The storm of fire, the wave of ice, and the power to destroy the undead are now spells whose runes you can use. But the mightiest spell of the 5th circle is the ripple of death. If you ever possess this rune, you'll have dangerous powers. Be careful to use this kind of magic as little as possible. It's a gift from the god of darkness. You have now learned everything I can teach you. Expose your limits, then you'll recognize your true power.
I'd like to wear the high robe of water.
The time has come. You are worthy of wearing the high robe of water.
Výborně.
May you return in one piece?
Tak. Jo, a byly rozdíly. Tady tohle je ta největšíká žludáka. Proti zbraním 70, proti 10 a proti ohni 35. A pak jsme dostali tady to roucho. A to je 260, to je o 5 míň. Ale těžší 5, to je taky o 5 míň, proti ohni 40. A proti magii 15. No a tady je vlastně samý tady to. Akorát, že se přidalo proti ohni 40 a proti jogi. A jak se můžete všimnout, tak má vody a kruh magie 5. Nevím, si nám to něco myslím si, že ne. Ale já tady ten šíp už nebudu potřebovat, tohle taky ne. Teleporty si nechám. Dáme akorát 5. Výborné.
Hello!
I met Diego and Milton in front of the old camp.
That's good news.
They want to meet you and Lester at your usual rendezvous.
Thanks. There's nothing more valuable than good friends in troubled times like these. You're almost one of us by now. You're reliable.
What have you got planned now?
Our entire defense strategy will have to be changed. That takes time. Until Lee and his people are ready, I'll join Cord's provisional guard.
Are you planning a counterattack?
Not yet, but the day will come. If ever you're looking for me, start here and walk towards the mine. I'll be on guard there.
A já mám jít vlastně za...
For the honor of magic.
Rely on somebody and you're in trouble. I wouldn't like to be in his shoes though, because he...
Jo, Xardas. Ale... Tady...
I'm not listening. That wasn't very clever anymore.
Yeah.
long as I thought that had been cleared up ages ago. Some people never learn. I thought that had been cleared up ages ago. Something about that story after all, because I'm not listening to all the blabbing. That won't happen again. No, I'm not listening to all the people don't need to know it. Trouble ahead. I would like to be in his shoes, though, because
Golem.
everything you hear.
Kamenný golem. No, tak to je výborný.
If you think.
Ohnivý golem,
But keep
ledový
it to
golem.
yourself.
No,
People
tak už
don't
víme,
need
co
to
nás
know.
čeká.
Something about that story out. That wasn't very clever. Oh, I thought that would have been clarified a long time ago. I'm not listening to all the well, there was a time when things would have been.
For the honor of magic, may you re-
Jo, samozřejmě.
That wasn't very clever.
I'm glad you've joined us.
Every time. I doubt that's ever likely to change.
Satyrus said you had a reward for me?
Ah, come here, come here. Our spiritual leader has told me about your heroic deeds. All the people take this as a modest...
I thought that would have been clarified a long time ago. I wouldn't like to be in his shoes, though, because he...
I'm injured. Can you heal me?
To my words I call upon the powers of healing. Your body and spirit shall be well.
It's the same story every time.
Show me your goods.
That's really not my problem.
Budem potřebovat. Samozřejmě tady ty.
I doubt that's ever likely to change. You shouldn't believe everything you hear. I wouldn't like to be in his shoes, though. Hang on. Better not to go rushing into anything. You have to watch what you tell people. I'm not listening to all the blathering anymore. You shouldn't believe everything you hear.
Ty velký, tady ty. To je 3,5.
Hang on. Better not go rushing into anything. Some people never learn. People always talk.
Ale bude potřeba začátek stačit.
That won't happen again.
Rychlost.
It was obvious that there would be trouble.
Blesk.
I wouldn't like to be in his shoes, though, because he... It was obvious that there would be trouble. It was obvious that there would be trouble. Better not go rushing into anything. Same old story every time. Well, there was a time when things would have gone very differently. Oh, I thought that would have been clarified a long time ago. That wasn't very clever.
Ty jo.
That won't happen again.
That's really not my problem.
Tohle všechno. Tak.
Oh, I thought that would have been clarified a long time ago.
Hang on. Better not to go rushing into
Some
anything.
people
Nemám,
never
takže
learn.
jak už ji nemám, takže šipky nepotřebuju.
I doubt that's ever likely to change.
Oh, I thought that would have been clarified a long time ago.
Rely on somebody and you're in trouble. That's how it goes.
Já nevím, asi to potřebovat taky nebudu už.
Same old story every time.
Pryč, 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 pryč.
Yeah, there must be something about that story after
I'm not
all.
listening to all the blathering anymore.
Well, there was a time when things would have gone very
Believe
differently.
everything you hear.
Taky.
I wouldn't like to be in his shoes, though,
Yeah.
because he...
Keep it to yourself. People
As long
don't
as
need
I'm
to
not
know it.
involved...
Ještě telekinezi možná budu potřebovat. Já si
It was obvious that there would be trouble ahead.
ty proměny, já
That
už
won't happen
nevím.
again.
Hang on. Better not to go rushing into anything.
Já si vezmu tu telekinezi, protože já budu potřebovat ještě.
If you think,
I'm not listening to all the blathering
No, já
anymore.
si to pak to otočím, možná.
I'm not listening to all the
you're very
blathering anymore.
probably right.
Minigy jsou mi na prd.
It was obvious that there would be trouble.
Protože
But keep it to yourself.
To už mě
People
neuzdraví.
don't need to know it.
ale něco si asi nechám na to pivo nebo
You have to
něco.
watch what you tell people.
No, kdyby náhodou ještě. Lektovary
Let's talk
nic.
about something else instead.
It was obvious that there would be
Prodám
trouble.
knihy. To
I
jsem
better keep
nechal.
out of it.
That won't
Tady
happen
určitě
again.
něco.
Oh, I thought that would have been clarified a long time ago.
That wasn't very clever.
If you think,
It's the same story every time.
I'm not listening to all the blathering anymore. I'm not listening to all the blathering anymore.
But keep it to yourself. People don't need to know it.
Si vůbec budu
There was a
potřebovat.
time when things would have gone very differently.
A dám o... Si jo, asi mu to
I'm not
dám.
listening to all the blathering anymore.
If you think,
A nebo ne, takhle.
that wasn't very clever.
I doubt that's ever likely to change.
I'm not listening to all the blathering anymore.
I thought that
Some
had been
people
cleared up
never
ages ago.
learn. As long
That's
as
really
I'm
not
not
my problem.
involved.
Škoda, že to
You have
nejde
to watch what you tell people.
rychleji.
There must be
Ale ono mi
something
to-
about that story
Rely on
after
somebody and
all.
you're in
Stopka.
trouble. That's how it goes.
Ale teďka nevím, proč to takhle.
There was a time when things would have gone very differently.
That won't happen again. Let's talk about something else instead.
Same old story every time.
That wasn't very
If
clever.
you think,
You're very probably right.
as long as I'm not involved,
You shouldn't believe everything you hear.
it was obvious that there would be trouble.
Jo, tady, dobrý.
Same old
Yeah, there must be
story
something
every
about
time.
that story after all, because
Tady po 10.
People always talk.
To už je rychlejší.
it's the same story every time.
My jsme nebyli na dlouho
Some people never learn.
po jednom.
Some
There was
people
a
never
time when
learn.
things would have
Remember.
gone very differently.
Tak.
That won't happen again.
If you think...
Ať to. A ještě potřebujeme.
Better keep out of it. That wasn't very clever.
Nevyspím.
Let's talk about something. People always talk. Let's talk about something else instead. You're very probably right.
For the honor of magic!
To yourself. I'm not listening to all the blathering anymore. There was a time when things would have gone very differently. People always talk. Really not my same old story every time. Let's talk about something else instead. I wouldn't like to be in his shoes, though, because he...
Kde jsi, starý?
That won't happen.
As long as I'm not involved.
I'm not listening to all the blathering anymore.
Ej,
For the honor of magic, your decision to join the magicians of water was right. Be welcome, brother.
That won't happen again.
For the honor of magic.
dobra.
I need more magic.
I can help you to increase your power. Use it wisely.
That's really not my problem.
If you think...
Same old story every time.
Let's talk about something else instead. I thought that had been cleared up.
I can't teach you anything. You don't have enough experience.
I doubt that's ever likely to change.
No, do příště.
I want to acquire magic writings.
A já potřebuju od tebe...
You have to watch what you tell people.
It's the
same
watch
story
what you
every
tell
time.
people. Wasn't very clever. There must be something about this story
everything you hear. You have to watch
I'm not
what you
listening
tell
to all the
people.
blathering anymore.
People don't need to
Já
know
si
it.
poslouchám toho.
As long as I'm not involved.
Maybe.
Yeah, there must be something
Jo, máš
about that
pravdu.
story
Obviously,
after
the big
all.
trouble ahead.
Ale
There
víš,
must be something about that story after all.
of it. But keep it to yourself. People don't need to
Let's
know.
talk about
You're very
something else.
probably right.
Believe everything
People
you
always
hear.
talk.
kvůli bleskám mám paráda.
That won't happen again.
I better keep out
That's
of
really
it.
not my problem.
People don't
I'm
need
not
to
listening
know
to
it.
all the blathering anymore.
If you think, hang on, better not to go rushing into
people
Well,
anything.
there's that there be trouble ahead.
If you think,
Dřevení ohnivá bouře.
You have to watch what you tell people.
Maybe.
Ale já ty nemáš...
I'm not listening to all the blathering
Same
anymore.
old
doubt that's ever
story
likely
every
to
time.
People always talk. There must be something about that story after all. People always talk.
Má koule, to takhle.
It was obvious that they were in trouble.
That's how it
To
goes.
yourself. People don't need to know it.
Maybe. It's the same story every time.
Let's talk rely on somebody and you're in trouble. That's how it goes.
I doubt that's ever likely to change.
Very clever.
Je, mi
There
to
was a
padlo.
time when things would have gone very differently.
That's how it goes.
Same old story every time. Let's talk about something else instead.
Yourself, Rob. You don't need to know it.
Tak, jo, pořádku už. A já si myslím, že nebudem končit, takže...
Rely on somebody and you're in trouble. That's how it goes.
No, takže to se dávám.
It's the same story every time.
Same old story every time.
I'm not same old slavery anymore.
People always talk.
Máme, bro. A prodám.
May I pass through?
Máme tam po satelitama, takže a ještě vlastně tam máme setkání. Tady je Dobrý, já budu tady slyšet za Gornem a to...
Don't listen to all the blather.
Hang on. Better not go rushing into anything.
You shouldn't believe everything you hear. But keep it to yourself. People don't need to know it.
I'm not listening to all the blathering anymore.
You shouldn't believe everything you hear. Maybe.
There must be something about that story after all.
You're in trouble. That's how it goes.
You have to watch what you tell. Hang on. Must be something about that story after all.
Okay, okay!
Nic, tak
Rely on
já
somebody and you're in trouble. That's how it goes.
As long as I'm not.
Dejte like, no dejte ho i tak.
Let's talk about something else instead.
You're probably right.
Zapomeňte odebírat, budu rád za odběr, mi hodně pomůžete a tlačítko, to je červené, to je červené tlačítko to je. A co ještě dodat? Mějte se a příště tady v té kolonii zas a už se blížíme ke konci. Tak jo, mějte se, čus.